YouTube, what's going on? YouTube, what is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy, one more time, Dedrick L. Jr., and I am back with another fragrance video, all right? So, today, Smell Good family, we're going to be talking about some major successes in my collection. I have seven of my most successful blind buying experiences right here, all right? So, it's always a touchy, scary, nerve-wracking thing when you blind buy a fragrance, all right? But we're gonna talk about the 7 that really had me nervous. And I'm glad that I was able to get these 7 right. Now, I don't encourage blind buying. If you have the means of sampling or decanting or smelling something, then I would advise you go and do that before you make the decision or commitment to getting a full bottle of not just any of these 7, but just any fragrance in general, okay? But here are my successes. We're getting ready to get going. Smell Good family, hopefully everything is well. Everyone is doing good, positive energy and positive vibes. Hopefully you guys are good, all right? So if you like the hat that I'm wearing as well, Premier Couture Society, all right? They got some new gear on the website. You can use Dedrick20 to get 20% off anything on the site that you may vibe with, all right? So it's all corduroy style of a hat, very dope. I really like what they're doing over there. Good quality. Y'all check them out. Link in the description. Code in the description. Y'all go ahead and check them out for 20% off, all right? So let's go ahead and get into it. This is probably I think this is my most recent scary blind buy, but with a twist, all right? So I got my first fragrance ever from Royal Crown, all right? Royal Crown, my first ever fragrance from the brand. Such a beautiful bottle here. We have Noor from Royal Crown. Now, for all who don't know about the Royal Crown, I almost call them Crown Royal, but Royal Crown brand, this is a niche house who really push out fragrances that can start anywhere between, I think on the low end, $350 all the way up to $600. So this is a very high-end luxury type of brand. Well, Fragrance Buy were rolling out a few of the testers, and I caught man, how much was this? I think I got like this is a $500 fragrance retail, and I think I got it for around like $50 or something like that. Yeah, $50. So in full transparency, I didn't pay $300+ for this, but I was still nervous because I looked at the notes and I was kind of like, man, I just don't know if I'm gonna vibe with this. It had like 30, this has like 30 or 40 notes. There's oud and there's benzoin, there's florals, there's vanillas, there's fruit, there's everything in this fragrance. But when I got it and I smelled it and I got it on tester strip, then I got it on my skin, and it just took my breath away of the quality. There's a beautiful note of amber, warm ambery vanilla touch to this fragrance that almost comes off slightly gourmandy, but it's really, really good. And for this to be as expensive as it is, but I didn't pay that much for it, this is definitely a successful blind buy experience for sure. From the house of Royal Crown, all right, we have Noor. Very good, man, very good. All right, up next from a house that I got a lot of love for, and you do too probably out there watching. This one had me a little nervous because I was scared of one note in particular, or one conversation of an accord in here, and this is from the house of Mancera. We have Aqua Wood. Aqua Wood. Now, why was I so nervous about Aqua Wood? Well, I have a love-hate relationship with ambergris, all right? The note of ambergris that kind of comes off, you know, aquatic-y, oceanic-y, very aquatic-y, yeah. So I have a love-hate relationship with that note. Well, when I got this in, I was pleasantly and thankfully surprised that this did not steer me the wrong way. Notes of rose and pear and just a host. Y'all know Mancera fragrances give you a host of different styles of notes, and this is no different. To me, like I said before on previous videos in the past, if this was their spin on a Acqua di Gio Profumo? Yeah, Profumo. Like it has incense in it as well, like a Profumo type of fragrance. I think this will be it. Now, this does not smell like Profumo or the new Parfum, but I'm just saying that's what came to mind for me, all right? So, a huge success. This is one of my more complimented fragrances from the house of Mancera, but I was very, very nervous because of just the type of breakdowns that I was hearing and seeing but compared to what I experienced when I got it, I was good to go. All right, Mancera's Aqua Wood was another extremely safe blind buy for me. All right, up next from the house of Givenchy, however you want to roll it out, we have Givenchy EDT 2017. Now, a lot of you out there who are, you know, my Smell Good family riders who come each and every video are wondering, well, do we hear you talk about this all the time? But this was a blind buy. Now, from this gentleman line, I was used to the darker fragrances, the EDP. I was used to I think it was the EDT Incense. I hadn't smelled a fresher take of this DNA. So I was really, really nervous about it because I didn't want my mind and my experience with this line to be thrown off. Well, it wasn't, thankfully. This provides a fresh iris. There's a note of pineapple in here. I think there's pear in here as well. And it's really good. One of my favorite fragrances from the line. Sometimes I go back and forth between this Privé and the EDP. I love the whole line. I have every fragrance from the gentleman line. But this was my first attempt at the fresher side of what Givenchy Gentleman had to offer. So I got this in from a discounter for a really good price. I got it on my nose and I was like, yes, we are still good to go. Blind buy can be scary. Blind buying can be nerve-wracking. And this kind of had me on edge because I didn't want my experience to be ruined with the line. So from the house of Givenchy, Givenchy Gentleman 2017 was another blind buy success. All right, up next, a lot of you may be familiar with my journey with this fragrance. And Cuba Nose might not even know who I am, but shout out to Cuba Nose for sure, because he was the reason. He pushed me over to go ahead and try this fragrance that I have been eyeing for months. And I was so scared of what the rolls in here would do or how it would come off, but I'm glad that I made the jump from the house of Lattafa. All right, we have Amethyst. So in my initial impressions of this fragrance, I stated the story of Cuba Nose really selling me due to his reaction of smelling this for the first time. And you could tell it was genuine and it was a sincere type of reaction. And when I got this in, I was so nervous because of rolls. I was kind of on the fence at the time of rolls, but when I got this in and I was able to experience this, I was like, that's why you blind buy. No, I'm kidding, but that's why you blind buy. All right, I took a chance. I didn't know of a way to smell this beforehand. Shout out to my guy Jeremy as well over from the house of Colossus. He was first to show love, but the expressions that Cuba gave was like, all right, I need to try this. So rolls and a jammy rolls with a little bit of oud, a little bit of amber, a little bit of vanilla, very unisex friendly. It depends. You either like this or you don't. Speaking to my fellas, most women who've smelled this really enjoy it. I have not seen or heard a woman say they didn't enjoy this. I haven't. But fellas, it's either you love rolls or you don't. I love rolls and it works for me. A fantastic blind buy. And I was so happy too. From the house of Lattafa, we have Amethyst. All right. Up next, we're gonna go up in the weight class yet again. And I was very nervous about this fragrance. Shout out to Justin Copeland for inspiring me to blind buy, even though he does not promote that. I blame him. All right, from the house of Nishane, man, Fan Your Flames had me nervous for sure, but when I got this in, it changed my life. I have nothing that smells like this. The coconut, the rum, the tobacco, the tonka bean, the cedar wood, the oak moss, those notes don't seem like they blend together. So me reading and in search of information of this fragrance had me nervous. It had me, really tripping. I sampled it because there was an option for it to sample. And I said, you know what? The price is too good. Let's go for it. And it changed my life. This is going to be one of my favorite warm weather scents in history when it is all said and done. I was able to wear this 3 times before the weather started to change, so that's why I have that opinion. But I've had several instances, but I was very happy, very happy when I got the chance to experience this. And I'm a huge fan of the Nishane house, and Fan Your Flames had me tripping until I was able to get my nose on this beautiful, beautiful fragrance, man. So Fan Your Flames, definitely a major blind buy success. Fan Your Flames by Nishane. Man, that stuff's good. All right, 2 more on the list. I recently got this one towards the end of the colder months, and I really was tripping about this one because I didn't want to, even though I spent $35, I didn't want to get this cheap roach bug spray experience with this, and I didn't. All right, from the house of Mancera, Alhambra, from the discontinued series, we have Toscano Leather. Toscano Leather. So this is a direct clone of Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather, the very successful masculine masterpiece. I have a small decant of it, and when I compared it to this, as soon as I got it in, I said, wow, sooner or later, Tom Ford is going to come after these people because this smells very close to it. Now, of course, the quality of Tuscan Leather is above and beyond, yes. But scent profile and DNA, this has it. It has it. And I was very thrilled to have, I'm very thrilled to have a bottle of this now that it is discontinued. Not saying I would never not get Tuscan Leather, but this is gonna hold me over just good for sure for now. So Toscano Leather, nice leather approach to this. It's really, really good, and I'm very happy to have it. But I was nervous I was gonna get some bug spray when I got this in, but I didn't. Toscano Leather by Mancera, Alhambra. Another great blind buy success. Hey, if you're looking for it, you might want to grab it. I'm pretty sure they won't be around much longer. You already know what's going on between that Mancera, Alhambra, Tom Ford situation. And last but not least, from the house of Azzaro, this also had me nervous because I didn't want to smell like a real old man who was trying too hard. We have Azzaro's Pour Homme Incense. Intense. So the OG of this definitely is a big time fougere barbershop style of a fragrance. Well, this is a more modernized take on it, and they did it right. And I'm a huge fan of this. That cinnamon. Just want to smell it real quick. Man, the cinnamon in here is so good. They did it right. They did it right, and I won't smell like a very old man who's trying too hard. Got this for a great price on my local discounter. I think I got it from probably FragranceNet around the time while I was shopping on there. But this has that DNA of Azzaro Pour Homme, but it is modernized, and you get a little bit more of attractive modern notes that's going to make this more interesting and more appealing to, I hate to say this, but around people around my age, or maybe just a slightly young. I'm 39 years old, so I'm going to say around that 35 to 40 range, maybe even 45 range, or maybe even lower than 30, but I'm going to say from 30 to 45. This right here, this is kind of, let's kind of wait and see what we got going on compared to the original, which is not bad, and I do appreciate it, but I ain't going to be wearing that one. I'm not. That's why I'm thankful for this one. Great blind buy success. From the house of Azzaro, we have Azzaro Pour Homme Intense that had me tripping for sure. All right, y'all. So those are my seven successful blind buys that kind of had me the most on edge to date that are in my collection, and I'm so glad that I was successful. Now, have I experienced bad blind buying? Yes, but I don't have the fragrances to do a video. So whoever's going to ask out there, do a video of your least favorite blind buys. Don't have them. I don't have them, man. So again, I don't encourage blind buying. Take your time. If you can get a sample, sample it. But I know what it's like. You got a great price on a full bottle. You just be like, man, run it. Run it and let's see what's going on. And it be like that sometimes, all right? So y'all let me down below. Let me know what are some of your successful blind buying experiences or some of your worst blind buying experiences, all right? We'll love to hear what you guys have to say about this blind buying topic. And we'll talk more about blind buying in future videos, all right? So until next time, y'all be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves. Splack it up, splack it down, splack it that thing all around, okay? Take care of yourselves, invest into you. Invest in you. What you put out in this world, that is what you're going to get back. All right, be a believer in yourself. All right, Smell Good family. Salute.